You're listening to Becoming More Me, the podcast for high-achieving entrepreneurs and professionals who want to be more and do less. I'm your host, Theresa Lear Levine, EFT master practitioner and hypnotherapist. And if you tuned in last week, you know that we began diving into frequency-fueled manifestations, subconscious questions, and how to shift from hustle and gripping to relaxed abundance and aligned action. Today, in part 2 of this workshop, we're going to continue that journey. In this episode, we will pick up right where we left off last week, moving from your vision through the rest of the release segment, tapping into EFT for unclutching and anchoring the nervous system so that you can create from a state of ease, safety, and possibility. You're also going to learn how to detach from the outcome without giving up your desires, work with your brain and body's chemistry for motivation, and set a powerful sensory anchor to call on whenever you need to realign. If you missed part 1, I definitely recommend going back and checking out episode 215 first. Then come back here to continue building on the practices that keep your frequency tuned for the outcomes you desire most. It all starts, or rather continues, now. When the body gets that safe either way signal, then you pop back into the calm and connected state, the ventral vagal state. The prefrontal cortex comes online, the RAS widens its filter, and then dopamine shifts from anxious craving into steady motivation, okay? You see more options, you choose better moves, and ironically, you get there faster, okay? So let's get something straight. Like surrender or detachment is not doing nothing, okay? Desire sets direction. Detachment drops the death grip on timing and the route or the how to get there. And then action becomes cleaner without that desperation static, that clinginess, okay? So like in practice, detachment looks like preference, not prerequisite, okay? For the example that someone messaged me when we were sharing the things we were looking to have happen, the 20K launch. I'd love to have this launch hit 20K. I'm okay as I build to it. Nervous system exhales, okay? The other way this is really helpful is like things like this or better. Like when you're affirming or asking a subconscious question about something, ask for what you want and keep space for a better fit version to arrive, okay? And then you need lead measures over outcomes, okay? If the goal has to do perhaps with making more money, maybe you need to schedule those action items that are actually going to get you there. Maybe it's a few reach outs a day or a certain amount of interviews each week. Maybe it's becoming better at marketing or networking or collaborating with people who are already making the kind of money that you desire, doing things like you want to be doing, okay? Put the measures in place and then let revenue be the lag measure, okay? And then kind of having like a 2-track focus, okay? You becoming the person while you pursue the thing, okay? Releasing the how, owning the who. This is so much of what I help people do in the Becoming More You program. So think about, who do I need to become in order to fill in the blank, okay? And then some kind of a micro ritual to unclutch, okay? Opening your palms, a slow exhale, quick subconscious question, hey, what would it take for the next aligned step to be obvious, or to trust my feelings of alignment and then act on them? Take that step, okay? There's so many paths that you're not even considering that all lead to your goal or something better. So don't limit yourself, okay? All right, so I want to do this EFT. I want to make sure, because we're on the hour, that I share with you guys the important stuff that I would normally share at the end. And then we'll go back, we'll do the EFT, and we'll work on the neuroenergetic kind of backing of all of this. And then we're going to shift into the VIP session. So I want to, okay. I want to share with you guys how to find me after this if you need to, and all of that. So Camille, I don't know if you can go ahead in the slides to like my school and my Instagram slides, just to make sure that people have that information, because I'm sure there's some people that need to leave on the hour and can't stay longer. And yeah, so if you're able to share that, that would be great. Because you can find me on school. If you're not already a member of the community, I would love to welcome you there. Totally free community, jam-packed with amazing resources. I always say I aim for the resources in my community to be better than the last like 4-figure program you paid for, and for my workshops to be jam-packed with value too, which is why we're over the hour. So you can join me there if you're not already there. The instructions are there. You go to the About page, type it in, find the Becoming More Me community, join, totally free. You can also find me on Instagram. My handle there is @Theresa Lear Levine, and those are great places to connect with me. You can always send me a DM there and everything else. Well, we haven't finished the workshop yet. What you've tasted here kind of in this first hour here is all about what happens when vision and vibration and our senses sync. Okay, it's all really good stuff. And even though we haven't done the EFT yet, I know you can already feel from just doing that enact sequence kind of a change in your system. So this session here serves to kind of light the spark. But we all know that, Friday momentum can fade by Monday without reinforcement. So what I'm going to share is intended to kind of keep that frequency humming along. So if you want that baked into your daily life, Camille, I'll need you to keep sharing there, and help accelerate that manifestation of your dreams and your goals, here's how we're going to kind of keep that momentum rolling. I have a couple of spots left in the VIP upgrade for those of you that want to create an amazing process for yourself in a kind of done with you accelerator. It's happening right after this workshop, and we're going to roll into it right after this. So you could have a very detailed vision that accelerates your manifestation and goals completed today. Okay. And that's the best way to take advantage of your momentum now. And it sure beats procrastination and perfectionism that can really hold us when we wait, right? So right after we're done this, we're going to meet in another Zoom room, and you're going to get a separate link for that. We'll actually share it here. And as long as I've confirmed that you've joined, you'll be able to join that. And we'll go over the nitty gritty goodness of creating vision casting process that is like just for you. Okay. That's going to provide immediate momentum, be able to jump into that small group session and not procrastinate, not overthink. Okay. I'll walk you through the whole like full spectrum blueprint that we obviously don't have time to go through in this hour since it's already up. And I will teach you those 6 zones of creation to dial in on our practice, to show you how to link what you want to your subconscious mind in ways that get it working in your favor around the clock. And then we're going to craft a personalized vision that your subconscious responds to right there on the call. Okay. And I'll teach you my simple technique to turn that script into a daily frequency track, not like another to-do list. Okay. And I'll share the whole process that I use and repeat every quarter with you so that you can use it over and over again as well. And then you'll leave with everything that you need for your finished product, as well as the VIP workbook, the VIP session replay, all of the guidelines. There's a whole awesome like document that you get to edit and make your own. So that you can upgrade and do it time and time again as you manifest bigger goals, because this process is endless and you'll want to maximize how you leverage it to support making your dreams come true. Okay. You'll get lifetime access to this workshop, as well as so that you can, reinstall the frequencies that we're dialing in on today, and the knowledge. And then the next upgrade for VIPs also gives you a $250 credit towards enrollment in the Becoming More You program. But the VIP upgrade is only $47. I only have a few more spots left in it. So if anybody wants to jump on that, I will have Camille put the link for that in the Zoom chat here. And then as we finish, you'll have time to think about if that's right for you or not. VIPs are also given the opportunity to add on a one-on-one with me to fine-tune their vision and get input on the edits specifically for them, and then have their finished high-frequency recording of their magnetic vision set to binaural beats, and also receive all of my targeted suggestions for the nervous system and subconscious work that would get them the most breakthroughs out of focusing on to make the biggest strides with what they want to bring into physical reality. But that's only available once you sign up for the $47 upgrade VIP. Okay. And then also, if the vision casting focus is helpful for you, but you're thinking that you might need something broader or deeper, my fall cohort of the Becoming More You program is open for enrollment now. And while it is also almost booked without me even advertising it, this is the first time I'm mentioning it, we still have a few spots left. And it is all about bringing your energy back into the present where you can actually use it, creating that real calm, clarity, and confidence that serves you. We go way beyond vision work, okay? Whether it's resolving past traumas, easing anxiety about the future, practical business coaching, whatever else is holding you back from your next level, that's getting covered in the Becoming More You program. So if you're curious and you want to learn more, all you need to do is you can just direct message me in here or in the regular chat, just drop the word interested. And if you're watching this later in the replay, just send me a quick message saying that you want the details and I will reach out because I'm definitely excited to see where this journey is going for you. So let's go now that I've kind of been able to give you the information that's important here that we would normally do when we wrap up. Let's go back into the release segment that we were working on. And let's see. We were talking about detachment and now we're going to roll into the EFT, okay? So in brain science terms, wanting sets that RAS to spot your synchronicities, right? Needing, floods you with cortisol, all right? It shrinks the prefrontal cortex and it like literally blinds you to opportunities. So our job right now is to slide out of like steering wheel death grip into that relaxed abundance and receiving, okay? So quick EFT round. I know many of you have done EFT with me. If you're new, just mirror me. I'll tap a spot and say a thing. You're gonna say it back. If someone would be willing to unmute and mirror me, that way we can keep pace. I will happily take volunteers. You can raise a hand. I could pick somebody. And yeah, before we start, you guys just need to like, Faith, awesome, you're it. First hand up. So yeah, if you want to unmute, I'm just gonna have you mirror me as we go through this round, and that would be fabulous. And if you're able to put your camera on too, that would be doubly wonderful. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is rate kind of this clutch factor that we have, right? On whatever it is that we're trying to achieve, okay? So if we're rating that on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 is like, oh, it's easy and, you know, just totally open to it and receiving. And 10 is that like white knuckle grip where you feel like you just can't let go of like all the how and the control and everything else. Okay. So just drop your number in the chat as a starting point, and then we will start tapping. This is always helpful too. And just try to remember your number also, because when we finish, it's really helpful if you can just write like where you were and then where you ended up, because I can't scan through all of them and then all the other things and try to match everybody up. So remember where you were at the beginning, at the end. Tell me like if it was like I'm a 7 and I went to a 2 or whatever.
Okay. Can you just give that one more time?
Yeah,
like
sure.
The question.
Absolutely. We're just kind of rating like how clingy and needy and clutchy you are on your like desired outcome or your goal. Okay. Whereas like a 0 would be totally open to receiving. There's no like kind of death grip on it or need to control it. And 10 is that like white knuckle, can't let go or surrender kind of grip on it. Okay. Hopefully that helps clarify. And then if Faith is ready, we are going to start tapping. So just repeat after me. And all of you, as long as you're not in a place where you can't say anything out loud, say this out loud. You're all on mute. Emphasize things. If you want to change words to make things more specific to what you're dealing with or feeling, please do. EFT loves specificity. Okay? Deep breath to start. And then repeat after me. Even though part of me needs this vision materialized already.
Even though part of me needs this vision materialized already.
To prove I'm enough.
To prove I'm enough.
I'm open to feeling safer as I go.
I'm open to feeling safer as I go.
Even though I'm terrified, nothing happens unless I push.
Even though I'm terrified, nothing happens if I don't push. Yeah.
Unless I push. Yeah, perfect. That's fine.
Unless I push. Yeah.
Or unless I see proof.
Unless I see proof.
I choose a new pattern of relaxed receiving.
I choose a new pattern of relaxed receiving.
Even though my brain equates hustle and doing more with worth.
Even though my brain equates hustle and doing way more with worth.
I'm willing to amplify the feeling
I'm willing to amplify the feeling
that I'm already worthy right now.
that I'm already worthy right now.
All right, going through, starting on the top of the head. Oh, this tight grip.
This tight grip.
The pressure to make it happen.
The pressure to make it happen.
It's like cortisol is on speed dial.
Cortisol's on 1000 and a speed dial. Yes.
And my nervous system seems to think struggle equals safety.
My nervous system seems to think struggle equals safety.
What if ease could be safe too?
What if ease could be safe too?
What if success can arrive while I breathe?
What if success can arrive while I breathe?
Releasing the need.
Releasing the need.
Keeping the desire.
Keeping the desire. Can you move your mic or just scooch a little? Like, are you right at your bra line? Where are you tapping?
I'm right at my collarbone. I'm sorry. I am right behind my mic. And then we're heading to like the bra line on the side. So good question.
Okay.
Letting the universe drive.
So like right on your collarbone?
No, right now we're under the arm.
Okay.
Yeah. Letting the universe drive.
Letting the universe drive.
Why is it suddenly safer to relax?
Why is it suddenly safer to relax?
Why does my body love this lighter feeling?
Why does my body love this lighter feeling?
What would it take for opportunities to find me?
What would it take for opportunities to find me?
And to want without clinging.
And to want without clinging.
Act without panic.
Act without panic.
My vision is rendered.
My vision is rendered.
The GPS is set.
The GPS is set.
Time to let cruise control kick in.
Time to let cruise control kick in.
I surrender the route.
I surrender the route.
And allow myself to coast.
And allow myself to coast.
And enjoy the ride.
And enjoy the ride.
Gas pedal and brakes as appropriate.
Gas pedal and brakes as appropriate.
Open palms, open heart.
Open palms, open heart.
Relaxed abundance feels delicious.
Relaxed abundance feels delicious.
My nervous system softens into possibility.
My nervous system softens into possibility.
Dopamine up, cortisol down.
Dopamine up, cortisol down.
I choose effortless alignment now.
I choose effortless alignment now.
Success can be gentle.
Success can be gentle.
And I'm ready to receive.
And I'm ready to receive.
I can feel what it's like already.
I can feel what it's like already.
And I'm aligning with that.
And I'm aligning with that.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. Thank you for helping me with that, Faith. Take a deep breath, everybody. big exhale. Maybe shake out your hands or stretch. Did I have anybody with a good yawn during that one? I always love the yawners. It's always energy moving. All right, beautiful. Check in now with that first number, where you were and where you went to. From that higher number of that white knuckle grip and that can't let go, perhaps maybe a lower number. Some people go up though, and that's okay too. So where you were and where you are now. Present moment being the only place that actually matters and the only feeling that matters. Good, we've got some nice drops. Yeah, 10 to a 3 for Laura. Rachel's down to a 2. I'm not sure where some of you are to begin with, but Theresa testing yawn, yawn, yawn. Good, good. It's energetic release. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Melanie's down to a 4. Rachel's down to a 2. Yeah. Wendy, 8 to a 4. This is great. Awesome job, guys. Awesome job. 10 to a 2 for Vicky. Karen May almost cut it in half there. 9 to a 5. I'm going to be having a Dolly Parton song in my head now. Ashley, a 10 to a 5. You did cut it in half. Perfect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So whether your shift was big or small, just notice how the shift widens your creative radar. Okay, just like check in with yourself a little bit here. That's the polyvagal relaxed abundance loop that we kind of teased in a little bit earlier, okay? Safety comes, then we go to dopamine rising, wider perception, serendipity. So just keep tapping on any residue later, all right? And in the replay, we'll have the timestamps. You can come back to this tapping round, do it again, okay? So now that we've unclutched, let's take a quick look before we wrap up at what actually happens in your brain-body system when you stay or are able to return to this surrendered state, okay? So a little neuroenergetic backing mini lesson to honor the time that we have already gone over. And thank you to all of you who are able to stay and who have stayed. So yeah, that spaciousness after doing just a few minutes of like targeted tapping, right? You feel it? It's like somebody kind of like loosened like a corset on your nervous system. And our nervous system is like a container, right? Tapping expands that container. It increases our resilience, our responsiveness versus reactiveness, okay? So let's geek out briefly on why that lightness and that space we've created is like pure rocket fuel for manifestation, okay? So there's 3 types of nervous system zones on what Dr. Stephen Porges calls the polyvagal ladder in polyvagal theory, okay? The first is dorsal shutdown, okay? It's like a sloth on NyQuil, okay? Binge scrolling, freezing, flatlining creativity, all right? Then we have sympathetic overdrive. That's the classic ADHD hustle. I know y'all are familiar with it. Okay, heart racing, inbox pinging, brain playing pinball at 3:30 in the morning. You do a lot, you receive very little. There's not much payoff for all of the non-stoppiness, all right? Yeah, sloth on NyQuil. Didn't even know there was a name for that before I was doing. Yep, that's what it is, Melanie. That's what I call it at least. So that little tapping round, it's a nudge up the ladder, so to speak, into ventral, okay? And that safer feeling body, a more open mind, wider perceptual field. I call that like relaxed abundance zone, okay? And I always say to myself, like, relax, woman. Like, relaxation is magnetic. Money loves a relaxed woman or man, okay? Because results show up when the tension of your body makes way to the openness and receiving that can occur, okay? And this is modeled in so many other areas of our life, like sex. We don't have time for that today. So we've got to kind of like talk brain chemical reactions, particularly dopamine for a minute, how that relates to detaching, okay? So dopamine spikes when we feel both agency and safety. Okay. Sarah said I've got a headache anyway. Oh, I love you guys. And I could do a whole workshop on how sex comes into all of this. And I should probably do that. I would love that. I would geek out on that. Dopamine spikes when we feel agency and safety. Okay. So think of dopamine as the brain's like, this is worth doing signal. Okay. Agency is I can influence this. Safety is I won't get punished for trying. Okay? When those two fire together, the brain releases just enough dopamine to light up that prefrontal cortex, which is like waking up the brain's CEO. Your planning, your focus, your intuition, your pattern spotting all come online without tipping you into stress chemistry. Okay? You get clean motivation, steady pursuit, better decisions, less second guessing. All right? And if you only have agency without safety, you get pushy hustle. Dopamine mixed with cortisol, tunnel vision, and burnout, okay? If you have safety without agency, then it's like cozy stagnation, calm but no traction, all right? The magic is in the blend. I can move the needle and it's okay to succeed or learn on the way, okay? So currently, we're in that beautiful post-tapping place. Your system has that safe either way signal online. Safety plus agency pair up, your brain flips another powerful switch. The RAS, that built-in search engine and highlighter, retunes its filter, okay? And you know how you learn like a new concept and then you hear about it everywhere? Or you decide like, I don't know, like you want a new mattress and then every option starts to present itself? That's like the RAS doing its job. You'll probably like hear some of the things that we learned today that piqued your interest coming through on Instagram Reels or ads on the radio or from one of your friends in conversation. Notice, pay attention, because you set this cascade in motion today. Dopamine up, prefrontal cortex on, RAS widens. And with that wider filter, you start noticing the opportunity packed like emails or, you know, something from a joint venture partner or whatever that you'd normally otherwise skim past, okay? Perhaps it's an ancient invoice that you forgot to send or cash in on. Your world did not change in a second. Your filter did, okay? So let's capitalize on that open filter and, you know, in your notes, just like ask yourself, like, what's something that you'd like some more clarity on or next steps for? And just, you can even just like write, like, show me one aligned next step for insert your goal today, okay? Write it down for yourself. Short, specific, kind. Your RAS will start fetching that evidence as we wrap up here. And you'll notice that now that your body feels the logic and the relaxed abundance, that's when you can shift into receive, okay? So receiving is about embodied outcomes, okay? And embodiment is experiencing the future as the present. Harvard studies show that vividly imagining tasting a lemon can trigger salivation. Body follows mind, okay? Marketers use this all the time for sensory priming. Athletes call it mental rehearsal. Neville Goddard calls it living in the wish fulfilled, and I love that. So quick sensory anchor to end things today. We're gonna set up a sensory anchor so that you can come back to this. Somebody in the community asked me, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting who it was. It might have been you, Faith. I don't remember. Somebody asked me about how to get their frequency up again. It was you. Okay. Thank you for that. So this anchor that we're going to create right before we wrap up is a great way to do it. So pick one subtle cue you can do anywhere. And for those of you joining me in VIP, we're going to use this anchor again. It could be like a thumb to index finger pinch. It could be a hand on your heart, 2 fingers to like the center of your chest on your like sternum. It could be even like a finger to your temple, whatever. We're going to charge that up. We're going to reinforce it later. Okay. So as long as you know what you'll do, that's all that matters right now. And it just should be something that like wherever you are, it wouldn't be like a weird thing to do. So close your eyes if that's comfy for you, or soften your gaze, and we'll just kind of build this really quickly in a few layers. Okay. Visual layer, okay? Rendering the scene is the first thing that we're gonna do. So I want you to just see one vivid snapshot from your vision, whether that's, you know, something marked paid in full, your spouse laughing with you because you're communicating better than ever, the names of you and your loved ones on airline tickets that you purchased, from abundance and overflow to your destination of choice, stepping into that sunlit kitchen, feeling pain-free, making a healthy meal. Lock it in like a screenshot, okay? Colors, light, details, lock it in. Then we're gonna kind of turn up a little support on that, the auditory, okay? I want you to hear some kind of a confirming sound that goes along with your vision, whether it's that striped cha-ching sound, somebody's laughter, sounds associated with your travels, your own like steady breath, even the sounds of preparing a meal. Turn up the volume a click, turn it up. Then let's go kind of into a kinesthetic layer here. Locate that feeling. Notice where success lands in your body. Is it warmth in your chest? Is it length in your spine? Is it openness in your heart? A little something in your belly? As that sensation grows, press your cue. Whether it's that pinch or your heart or whatever you chose, press your cue for one slow breath and think, already mine. Add one more sensory pixel here, okay? Smell or taste as appropriate. For instance, maybe it's the smell of crisp money. We don't want the taste. Maybe it's your partner's cologne, perfume, something familiar, an enjoyed scent that accompanies them. Maybe it's ocean air, tarmac, celebratory, healthy choices. Maybe it's citrus or dark chocolate. As you notice it, press your cue again for one slow breath. Let that feeling swell as you press the cue for the third time. Same thought, already mine. Beautiful. Y'all can gently open your eyes, okay? Now that cue stores the state you just created. So you can use it like this, okay? You can fire it, press the cue, plus a slow exhale, and silently think, already mine, just like we practiced, okay? You could use it in whatever the appropriate scenario is, depending on what you created. Maybe it's before you post to social media. Maybe it's before you hop on a sales call. Maybe it's before you have a difficult conversation, before you write, before you work out, before you plan an adventure. There's so many potential places to use a cue. Reinforce it. Run it for like 60 to 90 seconds, this mini rehearsal, and press the cue 3 times as you run the rehearsal. Maybe try it every morning for the next 3 to 7 days. As Joe Dispenza always says, neurons that fire together wire together, okay? This is what's happening here. Name it so your brain files it, okay? Whether it's your cue for being a calm communicator or an abundance attractor, whatever you would call this cue, give it a name, okay? Ease and overflow, whatever it is, okay? And then make sure you do not anchor a stressed state, okay? If you're spun up, do a nice inhale and exhale, and then press the cue, all right? And over time, this becomes like a 5-second download into that relaxed abundance on demand, okay? We got to wrap up. Thank you all for staying as long as you did. I'd love to hear in the chat, what's one thing that you love that you learned today, or something new that you learned that you feel like you're gonna carry it with you and is gonna be helpful for you. Thanks for spending some of your precious time with me today. If you loved this episode, please leave a review or simply share it with someone else who would get great benefit from it too. If you share on social media, please tag me so I can personally connect and thank you. Until next time, keep taking bold and brave steps towards becoming more of who you want to be in this world. You are capable, you are worthy, and you are enough. And if your inner critic is still trying to argue with those facts, hit me up. We've got work to do.